Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'll be unboxing a surprise order from Cyprus Cactus. Isa made the order as a surprise for my birthday. She picked all of the plants, so I have no idea what awaits me.
I chose a mixture of plants I knew he would like and plants I was sure he didn't know. I did focus a lot on Stapelia since those are both our favorite type of succulents. When the box arrived, I was really surprised and a little worried because I was not expecting the number of plants that I had ordered to fit in that tiny box, even with the fact that the store did warn me a couple were out of stock.
First, we have the Tephrocactus articulatus papyracanthus.
I was very disheartened when you first opened this plant, mainly because I thought those two smaller plants had broken off the main plant in transit, but also because I had seen in the photos of this plant that it's supposed to have long and wide spines, and they arrived all mangled because of the way the plant was conditioned. I guess because of how soft they are, this would have been unavoidable either way.
I don't think the growths broke during transit, especially because the wounds were fully scarred over. I think they separated the growths for the same reason they set the plants unpotted, to save on shipping and or fit into a small box. If you're just buying a cactus, this isn't much of an issue. If, however, you're expecting a bigger specimen, this is quite sad. I was very surprised to see the cactus arrived unpotted. Whenever we ordered from other stores, the plants came potted or completely bare-rooted. This time the cactus was unpotted but still full of dirt. This one actually did break in transit. It's the Epiphyllum species.
Yes, it's almost unfair to say it broke in transit because it clearly got damaged by being bent into a shape that would fit into that tiny box. Do you remember, this is actually the second epiphyllum I gave you. I hope we can get one of them to bloom soon because the flowers are just amazing.
I'm really looking forward to the blooms, and our other one is growing really well. I think the broken growth will probably root, so I'm gonna clean up the cut and let it heal over to then pot it. This was the first plant to arrive in what seemed to be a great condition, the Stapelia lutea. I was excited to see a Stapelia and was secretly hoping for more, and as you'll see, I wasn't disappointed.
I picked the Stapelia because it looks very different from all the others we already have.
I've never seen one in real life, but in pictures they always have a beautiful bright yellow that complements the color of the stems really well. Unfortunately, our bad luck with the way the plants were packaged resumed with the Stapelia leendertziae.
Yes, and I also don't understand packing the two plants together. I don't know if they were saving on packaging or space, but neither is a good idea.
Especially when packing such a soft, easily bruised Stapelia with one that's much harder and covered in pointy, hard edges. The broken tip of the leendertziae worried me mainly because it was very dark. This could have been just from the loose dirt that covered the whole plant, or it could be rot starting to appear due to the cut getting infected. Another worrisome thing was that the tip on one of the stems was turning yellow and looking desiccated. This could be from dehydration, but considering the other growths were still plump, it is most probably indicative of an infection. This was the first time I've ever heard of the Stapelia leendertziae, and when I saw pictures of them, I was so happy to have one. The blooms are really big with a gorgeous deep color in a very interesting shape.
I found the flower shape really unusual and thought you would love it.
I was happy to see that the next plant, the Huernia Mccoy, was a really nice size and seemed to be in great shape. Another plant I didn't know about and I'm very excited to see bloom. The markings seem beautiful from the pictures.
Unfortunately, in our haste to get the plants repotted, some of them we forgot to film in detail once they were out of the box.
And now for something completely different. The Anacampseros rufescens variegata. A beautiful plant that grows in tight clusters and has a lovely pink and green color. The decision to send an unpotted Anacampseros with dirt around the roots and no way to contain it is beyond my understanding. Their roots are more sensitive and hard to recover than the ones on Stapelias, for example, and that's why I'm being so careful with it.
Yeah, the plant is completely falling apart, and all of that for what? To save on the weight of a plastic pot?
Back to the Stapeliads with the Huernia pendurata, a large specimen that arrived with some roots still alive and functioning.
This is another one that I loved how unusual the flowers looked. Stapelias have a knack to look like something out of a sci-fi movie.
And we love those. Some growths have a very dark color to them and they look desiccated. We thought this might just be sun damage. Now for a plant that has been on my wish list for a long time, and one I was thinking about just a couple of days ago, the Stapelia grandiflora. This is another questionable decision in packing. The stems on the grandiflora are very soft and get cuts and bruises very easily. So hiding the hard sharp tag in the middle of the plant is a terrible idea, and a surefire way to get the plant damaged.
I knew he wanted one of these, and you can't really have a Stapelia collection without a gigantea and a grandiflora.
I've wanted an Albuca for a long time, and I finally have one, because next is the Albuca humilis.
That's funny, because I had no idea what an Albuca is, or that you knew what it was, or that you wanted one, but when I saw it in the store I thought it would be right up your alley.
It was nice of them to send two plants, and both looking healthy with new growths developing. I love the way they stay above dirt, and I find their flowers adorable, especially when you have a well-established mature plant. The leaves don't look great right now, but at least some of them should bounce back.
And again, in the same packaging as the previous plant, is an Adromischus, which I have to confess might be my own second favorite type of succulent. But I think he likes them too, so happy birthday!
I love Adromischus too, even though some of them don't love me and give me a hard time keeping them alive. I know in the footage they don't look great, but they were just a little bit dehydrated and should bounce back quickly. The last plant is the Gasteria armstrongii, that arrived in a really good condition in quite a large specimen.
I chose this one because we both like Gasterias, but it's not easy to find some that don't all look the same.
Yes, some of them do look alike. This was the plant I was most in a hurry to repot, since when Gasterias lose their roots it can take them a long time to grow new ones. I loved getting plants for my birthday. What I didn't love was the way they packaged the plants, or the conditions some of them arrived in.
It did feel like they tried to cram all the plants into the smallest box possible. It doesn't even make much sense since the shipping prices were by weight and the package came through a carrier instead of normal mail, since I asked for 2 to 4 day delivery so it could be here for his birthday. It ended up not even getting here on time because, as they only told me later, they had taken that week off work, and they only gave the package to the carrier at the end of the following week, so my 2 to 4 days turned into 2 weeks.
Unfortunately, the problems with the plants didn't end up here, but we'll tell you more about it on our repot and update video. We hope you enjoyed our video, leave us a like and a comment if you did, and if you don't want to miss our next videos, please subscribe.
Goodbye!